In the world of modern dating, decoding a man's true intentions can often feel like trying to solve a complex riddle. You find yourself analyzing every text message, replaying conversations in your head, and looking for hidden meanings in his behavior. However, relationship psychology reveals that men rarely leave their true feelings entirely a secret. Long before a man musters up the courage to verbally confess his deep commitment, his subconscious mind has already made the choice for him. This internal decision triggers a series of involuntary behavioral shifts, psychological tells, and subtle changes in body language that loudly broadcast his desire to claim you as his own. When a man decides he wants a woman to be his permanent partner, his protective instincts, daily routines, and even his vocabulary undergo a profound transformation that he simply cannot hide. Understanding these psychological triggers is the ultimate key to cutting through the mixed signals and gaining total clarity about where you stand. It allows you to move past the exhausting guesswork of casual dating and look directly at the hard, behavioral evidence of his emotional investment. Men are inherently driven by evolutionary instincts and biological wiring that dictate how they treat a high-value woman they envision a long-term future with. From the way his brain prioritizes your needs over his personal convenience, to the involuntary synchronization of his physical movements when you are near, these triggers act as an undeniable roadmap of his heart. When these psychological patterns begin to align, it proves that his connection to you has transcended a fleeting infatuation and evolved into a deep, foundational attachment. This comprehensive guide breaks down the precise psychological markers that manifest when a man is ready to completely close the door on the single life and build an exclusive, lasting future solely with you. By exploring these indicators, you will learn how to identify the subtle shifts in his behavior, such as how he unconsciously integrates you into his long-term plans or how his protective instincts naturally activate in your presence. These are not calculated games or short-term tactics. They are authentic, deeply rooted psychological responses that occur when a man views a woman as an essential part of his life. If you have been wondering whether he is truly serious about you or just passing the time, these 15 powerful behavioral signs will give you the clarity and confidence you need to know exactly where his heart lies. Here are the detailed breakdowns for the first 5 headings, each meticulously crafted to meet your exact length requirement. The hero instinct activation. When a man falls for someone, a deeply rooted biological drive known as the hero instinct kicks in. This psychological trigger is all about his innate desire to feel needed, appreciated, and essential to the person he loves. It is not about being an alpha male in a movie. Rather, it is about his craving to provide meaningful support and protection. When this instinct is triggered, he will actively look for opportunities to step up, solve your problems, and make your life easier. He feels a profound sense of purpose when he can be your ultimate go-to person. If he is constantly trying to fix things for you, offer guidance, or ensure your comfort, it is a definitive sign that his emotional investment has reached a level where he sees a long-term future with you by his side. Subconscious proximity and the gravity effect. A man who wants to be yours will experience a subconscious pull that draws his physical body towards you, a phenomenon often called the gravity effect. Without even realizing it, he will consistently position himself within your personal space during social gatherings or casual hangouts. If you are in a crowded room, you will notice he naturally drifts to your side, angling his torso and feet directly toward you. This instinctual behavior is his mind's way of establishing a unique, private zone of connection within a larger environment. He might lean in closer when you speak, find subtle excuses for casual touch, or mirror your movements to close the physical gap between you. This persistent need for physical closeness is a clear psychological indicator that his subconscious has already chosen you as his central focus, creating an invisible bond of intimacy. The micro-expressions of prolonged eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And in relationship psychology, micro-expressions during eye contact reveal everything. When a man is deeply attracted and envisions a future with you, his gaze changes dramatically. You will notice him holding your eyes for just a few seconds, longer than normal social etiquette dictates. During these extended moments, his pupils will subtly dilate, a physiological response triggered by intense interest and dopamine release. Furthermore, a man who wants you to be his will often display a smoldering or soft gaze, paired with brief glances at your lips before returning to your eyes. This specific visual pattern demonstrates a deep craving for emotional and physical connection. He is not just looking at you. He is actively absorbing your presence and trying to establish a silent, profound understanding that transcends words. Vulnerability and emotional transparency. Society frequently teaches men to hide their emotions and maintain a stoic exterior, which makes emotional transparency one of the strongest proofs of true desire. When a man wants to be yours, he will deliberately lower his emotional defenses and share things he keeps hidden from the rest of the world. He will open up about his deepest fears, past failures, childhood memories, and personal insecurities. This level of vulnerability is a massive psychological step for him, signifying that he trusts you implicitly with his rawest self. By revealing his true thoughts, he is testing the emotional safety of the relationship and inviting you into his inner world. He no longer feels the need to play a character or appear flawless. Instead, he seeks a genuine, authentic connection where he can be completely honest and accepted by you. The protective instinct and physical boundary shielding. The urge to protect is a foundational psychological trigger that manifests heavily when a man wants to claim you as his partner. This instinct shows up in subtle, everyday behaviors designed to ensure your safety and well-being. For example, he will naturally walk on the traffic side of the sidewalk, place a reassuring hand on your lower back when guiding you through a chaotic crowd, or instinctively position his body between you and a potential discomfort. It also extends to emotional protection, meaning he will fiercely defend your reputation and comfort level in social situations. These actions are rarely calculated. They are immediate, instinctual responses driven by a deep-seated need to secure your environment. When a man treats your safety as his personal responsibility, it proves he views you as a highly prized part of his life. Future-oriented language and implicit inclusions. When a man wants to make you a permanent fixture in his life, his vocabulary undergoes a distinct psychological shift. You will notice him naturally substituting I and me with we and us when discussing upcoming events or long-term plans. Whether he is talking about a concert next month, a holiday trip next season, or his general career trajectory over the next few years, you are effortlessly woven into the scenario. This implicit inclusion proves that his subconscious mind already views you two as a unit. He is no longer planning a solo journey. He is actively building a mental framework where you are right beside him. By dropping these casual yet significant verbal cues, he is subtly testing your reaction to a shared future, signaling that he has already decided he wants you to be his for the long haul. The separation anxiety indicator, the check-in trigger, a powerful psychological indicator of emotional attachment, is how a man behaves when you are not physically together. When a man wants to be yours, the space between your interactions creates a subtle psychological pull, prompting him to initiate consistent contact. This is not about toxic control or possessiveness. Rather, it is a genuine desire to stay connected to your daily life. He will send thoughtful good morning texts, share funny memes that reminded him of you, or check in after a long day just to hear your voice. This behavior stems from a mild form of positive separation anxiety, where his brain craves the dopamine hit associated with your presence. By prioritizing these consistent touchpoints, he is ensuring that even when apart, he remains a constant, reliable figure in your life, proving his desire to claim a permanent spot. Active listening and the retention of minor details. Most people listen to respond, but a man who is deeply invested in making you his listens to retain. When you speak, he focuses his full attention on you, processing not just your words, but the emotions behind them. The true psychological trigger reveals itself days or weeks later when he casually references a minor detail you mentioned in passing, like your favorite childhood candy, a specific work frustration, or an upcoming doctor's appointment. This high-level data retention proves that you hold a position of extreme importance in his mind. His brain actively categorizes and stores information about you because he views you as a high-value priority. By remembering the small things, he demonstrates a profound level of respect and genuine care, showing that your thoughts, preferences, and daily experiences genuinely matter to him. Social integration and inner circle introduction. A man who is unsure about a future with you will keep his romantic life completely separate from his personal life. Conversely, when he is certain he wants you to be his, he will actively work to integrate you into his social ecosystem. He will introduce you to his closest friends, talk about you to his family, and invite you to gatherings that matter to him. This integration serves two major psychological purposes. First, it is a proud public display of his association with you, signaling to his social circle that you are someone incredibly special. Second, he wants to see how his inner world aligns with yours. By bringing you into his trusted circle, he is closing the gap between his private life and his romantic life, creating a unified space where you can comfortably fit in long term. The mirroring effect of body language and speech patterns. Mirroring is an involuntary psychological phenomenon that happens when two people share a deep, subconscious emotional bond. When a man wants to be yours, his body will naturally synchronize with your actions to establish rapport and comfort. If you lean back in your chair, take a sip of your drink, or cross your legs, you will notice him doing the exact same thing moments later. This mimicry extends beyond body language into vocal tones, speech pacing, and even the adoption of specific catchphrases or slang that you frequently use. This behavior is driven by mirror neurons in the brain, reflecting a strong desire for mutual understanding and harmony. It is his subconscious mind's way of saying, "I'm just like you, and we are completely in sync," making it a subtle, yet undeniable physical proof of deep attraction. Consistent prioritization over personal convenience. A definitive psychological shift occurs when a man stops treating you as an option and starts treating you as a priority. In relationship psychology, a man who wants to be yours will willingly disrupt his own routine, comfort, or schedule to ensure your happiness and peace of mind. If you need help moving, get stuck in a difficult situation, or simply have a rough day, he will show up regardless of how busy he is. He no longer weighs his actions based on personal convenience. Instead, your needs become a central factor in his decision-making process. This consistent reliability proves that his emotional investment has transcended casual dating. By sacrificing his time and energy to support you, his actions loudly declare that you are worth the effort, demonstrating a protective, long-term commitment to your well-being. The jealousy deflection and reassurance strategy. When a man has chosen you as the person he wants to be with, his instinctual drive to protect his connection with you becomes highly active. If another potential romantic rival enters the picture, or if a situation arises that might cause insecurity, he will not play childish games or try to make you jealous to boost his own ego. Instead, he will employ a psychological strategy focused on clarity and deep reassurance. He will make a conscious effort to clearly define your unique, elevated position in his life, ensuring you never have to guess where you stand. He will openly deflect the attention of others and verbally reaffirm his exclusive dedication to you. This mature behavior stems from his fear of losing you, proving he is fully prepared to secure the relationship and eliminate any doubts. Unconditional support. During low-stakes vulnerability, it is incredibly easy for someone to be present and supportive during exciting, high-energy moments, but true psychological attachment shows its face during the mundane, low-stakes vulnerabilities of daily life. When a man wants to be yours completely, he will actively stand by you when you are not at your best. Whether you are stressed out over work, dealing with a minor illness, or simply feeling overwhelmed, he will offer a safe, non-judgmental space for you to vent, cry, or just sit in silent frustration. He does not pull away or pull back when things get slightly uncomfortable or less than perfect. Instead, his presence remains rock solid and comforting. This unwavering emotional support proves that he loves your authentic, raw self, signaling that he is fully prepared to handle all the complex realities of a shared life. The transition from me to we lexicon. Language is a direct window into human psychology, and the specific words a man uses can reveal his hidden romantic intentions. When his mind shifts from viewing himself as a single entity to viewing the two of you as an inseparable partnership, his everyday language will effortlessly adapt. You will notice a major transition, where phrases like, "I'm thinking about," naturally become, "we should look into," and "my weekend plans" smoothly transform into "our weekend plans." This subtle linguistic evolution is not forced or calculated. It is an organic reflection of his internal reality. He has already integrated you so deeply into his mental landscape that he literally cannot envision his daily life, choices, or future goals without naturally including you as a vital, permanent part of the equation. The ultimate commitment shift, redefining relationship status, the final, definitive psychological trigger, is the conscious desire to remove all ambiguity and clearly define the relationship. A man who truly wants to make you his will not leave. You lingering in a confusing grey area or a perpetual situationship, the thought of another person stepping in and winning your affection creates a strong, psychological urgency within him. As a result, he will actively initiate the serious conversation to establish exclusivity, proudly claiming the title of your partner. He will want to make it official to the rest of the world, updating his social circle and public status to reflect his total commitment. This final shift proves that he has fully moved past the evaluation phase and is proudly, confidently ready to build a secure, lasting future solely with you.